Alrighty. Welcome to the PSBS, that's the PlayStation Podcast. I'm your host, Code T, PS and Body Boys. Coach here is...
Andrew Arenas, double is.
Yes. And we are here on episode 97. Yeah, look
97.
at that. What? It's been, 7 days since the last episode? What's going on here?
I'm almost kind of not believing it either, but, you know, we all had a good week, and I'm home now, and you were home. You had most of the week off.
Yeah,
so
we could have filmed during the week.
So, you know, it was a good morale on that end, and not much has been going on, really, So
yeah, that's it. That's the show for the week.
Oh, okay. All right. I mean, sorry, we didn't even get to the user questions. I didn't even get a chance. But it was nice checking in with you guys. We'll
hopefully see you guys next week. And
we'll sign out here.
Yep. But, no, of course, we always find something to talk about, right?
Hopefully. Not much really happened in PlayStation this week, but we could still catch up on some things. Especially from last week.
I have some things up. Oh my.
Well, I kind of have already one thing to put out there right now.
Cool, you do that.
There's an awesome flash sale right now on PSN.
Oh, I know where you're going with this.
What? Oh, and everybody, it's not going to be free on PlayStation Plus anytime soon. Or it might be next month, and then you'll get angry at me. But please buy Uno on PS4. It is really cheap right now. Like, it is cheaper than an actual physical pack of Uno. Could you maybe play it with your real friends and hang out with them? Sure. But that's overrated. Play with your online buddies on PS4. You will not regret it. We have spent many a time with that game. Even though it's way more expensive on the Switch. Like, how many? Like, maybe 3 times more expensive on the Switch?
I think it's only $10 on the Switch.
Yeah, but like I think it's like here's $250 right now.
Oh.
And the best thing is you don't need Plus, but you do need Plus to play it online. Despite my theories about
and while you're at it, you can buy those DLC decks, maybe. You know.
If you want. I mean, they didn't put out that many, and then
the winter deck's free, and then I think you had to buy the what was it? Didn't we buy the Just Dance one and the what's the other?
And the Rabbids one.
The Rabbids one, yeah.
Yeah, it's too bad they didn't put out more, man. I mean, they could have put out like Ghost Recon ones or like
oh god, I want a South Park pack.
Oh, a South Park pack. That would have been good, but they slept on that too. But at least they put out a Switch version, so they didn't sleep on the Switch.
Yeah, but there you go.
Yeah, there's a bunch of other good games in there too. I put in my cart of the games that I wanted. It's equivalent to almost $20, so I'm like, oh geez. But it's like 4 games. It's like Pac-Man, Hotline Miami 2, because I never got around to that one, and then like a couple remasters for like $20. 4 games, $20. Not bad. So didn't buy it. It's in the cart. Oh. And then I can't sleep on this cart, or else it's gonna go back to the way the prices were. Mm-hmm. Because, like, I'm thinking, like, these games probably won't be free for Plus anytime soon. I hope. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, Sony's been a little... Like, we usually say that, right? Like, oh, it's on sale this week. It's not going to be free anytime soon, right? And then, sure enough,
it's
like...
free next week.
I think that's what happened with me. I bought, what was it? I think I bought Tales from the Borderlands for, like, $3 on sale one time. And then, like, the next month it was free. And I didn't feel bad. I mean, it was $3, but still.
Yeah, it's not that bad at all. Price of a little sandwich. It's not a sandwich, really. More like the price of soda.
A couple sodas.
Well, at least here, soda is too expensive over here. It's like $2 now.
$2? Come on now. I saw a machine. No, I saw a machine the other day. It was a Coke machine. It was 35 cents for a can of Coca-Cola.
You know what my favorite soda dispenser machine is? Walmart. They send for like a can. That's all you have to do. Just for water.
Yeah.
But everywhere else has to price gouge you and all that. Just hate it.
Stuff.
Makes me angry. Yeah, everybody check out the sale. There's a ton of stuff. No plus needed in order for the steep discounts. It's all on an even playing field amongst everybody. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Other than that, no.
Yeah. But yeah, go get Uno. It's great. We need more people online so we can.
Oh, we do. Well, I'm the Uno community on, and all the posts on it all the time are always like, somebody play with me. Somebody online.
I don't know.
That's the vote I always had. Well, I mean, that's the quote I would have if I was typing that,
But yeah. But anyway. But speaking of Ubisoft, and as we mentioned, South Park, that brings me to a news post I saw this week. So,
okay. What?
So Amazon briefly listed this week South Park Stick of Truth Physical Edition for PS4.
Oh.
Yeah. The post has been taken down since then, but the post originally listed South Park Stick of Truth releasing on PS4 on February 13th, according to Amazon. I don't think there's been any update yet on this. So let me see right here. Wait, yeah, February 13th is a Tuesday, so it does make sense from a release point. And yeah, there's something interesting because it's something we talked about previously. But it's really weird. So like South Park Stick of Truth came out in a weird time where that game came out on PS3 and 360 and PC right after the PS4 came out. So everybody was like, why are you putting this on PS3 when the PS4 is out? And I was just kind of like, okay. And then Stick of Truth ended up being like the last PS3 game I probably bought.
I mean, wasn't that Beyond Two Souls that came out after it?
No, Beyond Two Souls
was November.
Beyond Two Souls came out in October, and the PS4 came out in November of that year, 2013.
That's right.
So I did buy Beyond Two Souls and play it all before the PS4 came out. I did buy Kingdom Hearts 2.5, which came out in December of 2013. Didn't finish it. And then I bought South Park Stick of Truth on PS3 in March of 2014, which is a few months after the PS4. So that was the last PS3 game I bought, was Stick of Truth.
Well, the part makes sense because Stick of Truth codes on Fractured Butthole won't work after January 30th.
Yeah, see that. Yeah, I was gonna get to was it was a weird thing where like that was the thing when they finally announced Stick of Truth. It was like, oh, Stick of Truth is a pre-order bonus for the Fractured Butthole, but like it was really weird because there was a long gap between the announcement of the second South Park game and the actual release because of the big delays and all that.
Yeah, there were a couple delays, and then people pre-ordered Fractured Butthole and got Stick of Truth for free because you were able to refund your Fractured Butthole digital pre-order.
Yeah, that was the funny thing was like if you pre-ordered that game like on PSN or something, you got instant access to Stick of Truth. And then there was just a big gap between, the announcement and the actual release. So it was this weird thing where, like, Stick of Truth was, like, available and fully playable on PS4 for, like, the longest time, for, like, 2 years. But it was only available if you pre-ordered the second game. And digital. So now it's like, oh, well, the game's out now. Why can't I still get Stick of Truth on PS4? And then, even then, because they say it was a pre-order, but really it was just, like, a, code packed in the box.
Day one. Yeah, like you buy it.
You buy it and it's in the box. But I bought it day one, and I noticed, like you mentioned, the code in the box only has expiration date up to January 31st.
30th, of this year.
Which is really weird, because like most pre-order codes are like something ridiculous, like 2077 or something like that.
2029, the day when you question if PSN's even going to be up at that point.
Yeah. So like some ridiculous expiration date, but like no, they're very strict with that, and you have till the end of January to redeem the code. Which does line up with this report that, if the codes expire in January, then come February, they have that new option of like, okay, if you don't have Stick of Truth and you didn't do the pre-order or whatever, here's your option to get a physical, get a digital, whatever. Because you can't even buy a digital right now. Like, you can't even do that.
Nope.
So it was really weird, and we kind of talked about, again, like I said, we talked about this on a previous episode. Reasoning could have been multiple things, like, one, if you bought it digitally before the second game came out, and then you bought the second game, you now have this free code that you're not going to use, and you're going to turn around and sell it, or you're going to give it out. There's going to be a lot of just free codes running around. That's kind of what I was thinking.
Yep.
So,
well, yeah, I mean, you could sell it. It's not eBay. They don't really let you sell codes anymore, but there's some weird rules where we can't sell codes. Or you could sell this where you actually mail somebody.
Yeah.
Instead of just, hey, I'm going to email you the code, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Our system, I guess. But, yeah, that was the problem on eBay. Like, people just kept doing that, and then people kept thing. But then it's like, oh, you have nothing to prove that you didn't get this item. So, yeah. I mean, I used to sell codes on eBay all the time. It was actually really quick because, just email the dude or gal and be like, hey, do you want this digital movie code? And be like, okay, like, here you go. Oh, here's $10.
Yeah, I was trading digital codes for a while, like Blu-ray codes,
Yeah, you did that, like, online.
Yeah, you do it online, but you do it, like, instant, like, through messaging and stuff, and it's just kind of like, okay.
Yeah, right, exactly. No, but, I mean, you profited in a way where you got something different. I think this is profited just for money.
Yeah, but the problem is once you start doing money, it's more complicated because you have to start, like, doing PayPal and transfers and all that. And I'm just like, I don't care. Just give me a different movie that I don't have,
See, that is one way to do it. Yeah, PayPal can be a little tricky.
See, that's something Sony needs to get on, man. Get on that gift thing, like the Xbox.
Yeah,
does.
oh my God. You're well, that alone with 4K movies. I mean, that's just ridiculous. You don't want to buy movies on PSN anymore.
Yeah,
I mean, the fact that you can't get 4K movies is ridiculous. Maybe they'll do the Apple thing where maybe they'll upgrade to 4K one day and then like, oh, all the movies in your PSN library, they up it to 4K for free, but it's just ridiculous. You can't even have 4K movies or gift them. You can't even gift games. You can't gift like PSN money. So come on. The only way that's the quickest, but for someone that maybe doesn't have PayPal, the quickest way is just if somebody has their PayPal to the PSN, you just give them PayPal money, I guess, or you just buy PSN codes of your own online and then just give it to somebody, But as of right now, there's still no easy way to gift somebody on PSN like you could on Apple Store, Android, Xbox. Yeah. It's a weird one. I mean, I hope that's one of the more requested features on PSN other than changing your name. But we are going to change our names within the next PSX, hopefully. They're
hinting at that. Yeah, because, I mean, we do have Update 5.5 coming soon, which they are rolling out into beta on PS4.
Any details about what that one entails?
Nope. Nope. All they said was that they're starting beta for 5.5, I think now or with the next day or so, starting 5.5 beta. And then once people start doing the beta, they're going to start obviously releasing details of like, oh, here's what I'm seeing in the beta,
Right. Anything that we can really think of that they can't even add?
I mean, like I said, we just said gifting would be cool, but I don't know if they're going to put that in 5.5.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's a tricky thing to put in beta, but Apple recently, they had their own kind of gifting of money in text messaging, and they put that in the beta. So, I don't know. Wouldn't you be scared to do that in the beta and be like, oh, I sent $100 to this person, but it never actually sent, but you did spend $100.
Not real money or something.
Yeah, ghost money.
Ghost money.
Certain things like that. Remember that PlayStation blog section where you can request things? Remember the PS3?
Yeah.
And then the highest thing for the longest time was party chat. But then we got introduced to the PSBS.
Yeah.
So, it's so remarkable the PS3 doesn't have. It never got party chat. That's crazy. And the Xbox has it. The original Xbox 360.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was only from game to game, the chat, and then the chat room. Which we did one of our first PS episodes on, I think. Or it might have been Backdrop as one. No, I don't think we ever did that. Maybe. Can't remember. It's already so long ago. So long ago. But, yeah, just certain things like that, I guess. Maybe change up the profiles on your account, maybe? That notification thing. Separate them.
Yeah.
Go back to the way it was. Go back to the way it was. Quit dilly-dallying around. No, I like that you can group friends. I group my friends now. But I did a clean sweep of my friends the other. Oh, some of them are not my friends, but did a little sweep the other day. So that felt nice.
Did I make the cut?
Yeah, you made the cut.
Oh boy.
Even your second account.
Yeah.
Because I know you get on that one, but it's difficult to know who's playing. Though. That's the question.
It's not me.
See, exactly. That's difficult to know who's playing. Um, I forgot that there was that one nerdy website I think I used to go to where you linked up all your stuff, and I think you had to manually do it though to like tell what system you like if you're a multi-platform owner, such as yourself,
Mm-hmm.
and you would. I think you had to toggle it on manually of like what system you were on and what you were playing. So like I don't think it was like automatic. Because I think if that was automatic, I think they would have some serious licensing issues. Like if you were on Steam, for instance, or like if you were on PlayStation, or hypothetically if you were like on Switch, online.
Mm-hmm.
So like there would be this website that it would tell you, but I think you had to manually do it though. So I don't think it was anything special. But I just remember I'm like, oh, that's neat. I thought at the time that was like actually automatically done, but I think it was manual.
Yeah.
So that's kind of annoying. You always have to say what you're doing.
Yeah, it's neat because it's just for me it's just like it's easy to tell if it's me playing because like is he playing a multiplayer game? That's not me. That's probably someone, on my accounts. Like I just playing my single player games right now on.
So you haven't been playing Grand Theft Auto or Rocket League?
No, if you see Grand Theft Auto Rocket League, it's not me. It's someone else playing on my system because they don't have their own PlayStation Plus.
And they love to play on it.
Oh
well,
yeah,
they play it so much. It's like they've already like platinumed them.
Oh,
so
yeah,
it's like kids play it on
yeah,
their
Rocket
account.
League's I got the Rocket League Platinum.
And then in GTA, I guess if you've just done all the single player stuff, you've had the platinum.
Yeah, they don't do the single player stuff. They just play the multiplayer.
See, that's the thing I'm jealous of. Can they play on my account, please? Because like, I have all the single player trophies of Grand Theft Auto. I just don't have many of the multiplayer ones because I just don't want to ever play it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just I'll give them my account info. Just kidding. But I don't know what else really they can add on PS4, at least UI wise, other than just tweaking things. I guess maybe of how the video player looks. I guess, but you're not even using the PS4 as like a video player anymore. Using the Xbox One. Or have you been like even for regular Blu-rays? Have you been using Xbox One?
Yeah, that's basically what I use just for watching regular Blu-rays and 4K Blu-rays.
I mean, the media player on Xbox One is awesome. It's so much better than PS4s, I think. The controls, and then the way it looks too. I think it's like so much better. Still the best though, PS3s. Because the way the menus looked and everything, it was so unobtrusive to the movie or TV show or whatever the hell.
Well, one thing I
watching.
noticed, it might be a settings thing. But I noticed on Xbox, if I like eject the Blu-ray while I'm watching the movie and then put it back in, it resets the movie. And on PlayStation, it doesn't do that.
Oh, yeah.
Like on PlayStation, if you take out the disc while you're watching and put it back in, it will remember where you're at.
Mm-hmm.
But like, yeah, I did that on Xbox the other day and didn't do that. Like, I had to go and skip through the movie to get to where I was at.
Oh, that sucks.
I mean, it's not too often I have to eject a movie while I'm watching it. It's just this was a very specific instance of like the movie wasn't running right, so I'm like, there must have been the smudge or something on the disc.
A little smudge that prevented the whole thing. You never know.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just why the digital movies is just like. Because the other day I was using Apple TV at some friend's house, and for digital movies, you just like go instantly into like a menu, like a menu within before you even press play. So I'm like, oh, it's so much nicer than Blu-ray because like where you have to like skip the logos and all that crap.
Yeah.
But they've toned that down though in recent years.
Yeah, it's really weird. Like some Blu-rays still have movie previews before it starts, and some do, some don't. It's weird. I don't know. Like, to me, putting trailers on a Blu-ray is weird because it's like it dates your movie, you know?
Yeah, that's
pointless.
Like,
because like every time you're gonna put that Blu-ray, you're gonna see some trailer for like a movie that comes out and like coming in 2014, and you're like, it's 2018 now. I don't need to see this trailer, you know?
Or how about like when I put in the Monsters? See, we're putting in another Monsters Inc. reference. I mean, we love that movie. The original DVD release of Monsters Inc. You put it in, and then you have like the trailer of the opening of Disney California Adventure.
Yeah. So it's like, I mean, I understand maybe back then they weren't thinking too much, but I feel like just nowadays, like Blu-rays and stuff, like just stop, like don't do that. Like Universal, Universal was doing a cool thing for a while with their Blu-rays.
Yeah,
where,
they
like,
updated.
It would update. It would like link online, like we're loading a new preview or whatever. And then like I don't know if they still do that. But yeah,
I think as far as I know, that server thing might have shut down for it.
Probably,
actually.
Probably did, but yeah, it's just really weird that they still put previews on Blu-rays. Like, just don't do that.
Yeah, there's YouTube now because back then, I guess for DVDs and all that, back in VHS, there was no YouTube to watch everything in.
Like the worst is Disney. Like when you put in a Disney Blu-ray, it does the whole Disney magic thing start up. Like coming soon, and it's like and like it's even on, and it's on my Marvel movies. They do the same. They use the same setup because it's Disney, and like so you pop in like a Marvel movie, does that whole thing, and I'm just like no. But at least they give you that instant skip button. Where you can skip right to the main menu when that thing pops up. Mm-hmm. Not everything does that, and the worst preview I get is the whole like. There's still like even to this day, they're still putting a preview on there explaining what a Blu-ray is. Oh my God. I hate when that comes up. We're like Blu-ray 4 times the quality of DVD, and does that like slide thing where it's like here's DVD quality, and the thing slides. Here's Blu-ray quality, and like it's just like it's like. Do you really still not know what a Blu-ray is at this point? Like that's not even the main format now. They got 4K Blu-rays now, so it's like and you're still explaining what a Blu-ray is to people.
Do 4K Blu-rays do that? I mean, I technically have never even played a 4K Blu-ray. I mean, I have a couple, but I don't have a player. So it's like, do they still do that? Even does that even change?
I'm trying to remember. I did watch Guardians of the Galaxy 2 on 4K Blu-ray. I'm trying to remember if it did that whole Disney thing at the beginning. I want to say yes, but I'm not 100%. Maybe not.
Because I don't think so, because they would have to put it to the format.
Yeah, I don't think so, because 4K. Because like a lot of movies I bought in 4K, the way it works is the 4K Blu-ray has just the movie.
Right, and that's awesome.
And the only other thing on there is like maybe director commentary, but like none of the special features are on there. Like you have to pop in the Blu-ray if you want to see the behind-the-scenes stuff and all that. Which is a little weird, but I guess so that you can focus more on the movie.
Yeah, so you can put as much as you can. I mean, all these 4K Blu-rays, I mean, they're all like double layered, so they gotta put as much as they can. Can't wait for that Titanic one. No. How many 4K Blu-rays do you think that one's gonna be?
It really shouldn't take more than one, but
I mean, it's not gonna be in 3D, so you don't have to worry about that.
Oh yeah, James Cameron's gonna do it. 4K 3D, everything, man.
Yeah, I mean, James Cameron's gonna have it the way that you have to see Titanic again.
Dolby Digital, all that. Dolby Atmos. You gotta get all the surround sounds and motion box chairs and shit. It's gonna be great.
Titanic, relive it. You're on the boat.
Relive it. You're just gonna have some like accessory things you can plug into your TV. It sprays water at you and stuff.
Oh my god.
It
wirelessly gonna go so far one day.
Yeah, it wirelessly links to your house, so it lowers your temperature in your house, make it really cold in your house as you're watching the movie, and then like raises the temperature based on what scene you're watching.
Yeah, it's like the D-Box thing.
Yeah, it's gonna be the D-Box in your house because the movie just takes control of your house through the Wi-Fi.
Do you think James Cameron's gonna be that extra and actually do that?
Never put it past James Cameron to come up with something.
Never put it. I mean, he's so caught up in remastering, well, quote unquote, remastering his old movies, but he can't even get another Avatar movie getting. Well, it's happening now. The chains are turning for another Avatar sequel to come out soon, but at the same time, it's like, nah, because people didn't really dig the Terminator 2 one, apparently. Something, I guess, just with the color grading was just not great with it, and then got Titanic. It's weird how the original Terminator never got really that kind of love, I guess. But
well, the original Terminator isn't like the rights a little skewed on that one because it was like
it's weird.
And like then it went to MGM, and then MGM went under, so it's like who owns the original Terminator now? Like just specifically that one movie. Like we know it's kind of like Paramount had the rights to the whole franchise as a whole, and then now it's going back to James Cameron. But like the first movie itself, I don't know if any clear one person owns it.
Yeah, it's weird because it's weird how James Cameron never even went to touch that one.
No, it's
I mean, it's had its Blu-ray release and all that, but other than that, I don't think it's ever been like fully touched up. in any kind of way. To the surprise of me. But who knows? Maybe he just needs to go back underwater again. And maybe stay there. But
anyway.
I don't know.
But anyway, going into old things and stuff and bringing back whatever. David Jaffe this week posted a long 10-minute video explaining the history of Twisted Metal.
Oh, the first one?
Just Twisted Metal in general, like the franchise.
Oh, in general. Okay.
Yeah. So he did a whole like retrospective and kind of talking about it, and then something came up about the future of Twisted Metal, like what can come out of Twisted Metal going forward. And he said that he kind of basically said like he doesn't know because it's one of those things where like Sony still owns the IP, so it's up to them to ultimately decide what to do with Twisted Metal.
Yeah.
And he said the way his words were basically saying that like the only way he can see Twisted Metal coming back now would be if it was the kind of not full free to play model, but something smaller, kind of like something like Rocket League, where you pay $20, you get this online experience. And then people can just buy things to accessorize their cars, or maybe do seasons and stuff where maybe new cars can come in. Just something kind of like in that model, you know.
Or you put it free for PlayStation Plus, but then you get drawn to death.
Yeah, because
going on that one.
Yeah, it's really weird that he's kind of like saying these things because like Drawn to Death.
Yeah, when he's already technically tried something like this before. Now again, Twisted Metal, there's the IP there. But then again. We already saw the results of that when we had the PS3 game in 2012. That was basically a commercial failure. So it's like, what is there to do? Unless you rebrand Twisted Metal again. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to go through that work to do that.
Yeah.
At all.
Because it's one of those things where, like, I've talked about it before, how much I love the Twisted Metal franchise as a whole.
Yeah.
And I didn't like I thought the new the PS3 game was great and all. It's just the mistreatment of the marketing and all that. But I mean, I could maybe see Twisted Metal working in that Rocket League model of doing something that's not, you know, because it's one of those things where like, you don't really need a single player story experience. You know, if they could sell it just as a multiplayer experience, you know, where like you could play it online or you could play it offline. You know,
because like if you just had the $60 multiplayer experience, you know, people are going to bag on the fact that you know it doesn't have a game.
Yeah, but at a $20 entry point for a multiplayer experience, I think that'd be fine. And then kind of do the thing where like, you know, you pick your car, you can customize it, do with little parts or whatever, and potentially maybe put more cars later on as DLC, new characters and all that. That could work. But like a lot of people were pointing out in the comments of this article, one easy thing too they can always just do is just remaster the old Twisted Metals. Like just take like Twisted Metal, like just take Twisted Metal 2. Like most people love most people who fans of Twisted Metal think Twisted Metal 2 is probably the best of the original PS4 era games. And you know, if you just remastered that game like just like it is, you know, like you did the Crash Collection or now upcoming with Medieval, that could work too. So it's one of those things where you're not putting in as much kind of an effort of trying to create this new game or this new model where you have something that's going to sell. Just be like, this is Twisted Metal 2 remastered, you know? That's kind of the easy way to sell and get people in on it. Of course I would love for a game like that to come out.
It's like a Battlefront 2 where to do the same thing where it's the Battlefront 2 from Pandemic.
Yeah, you know.
Right? But that's never going to happen.
EA's not in the remastering game, remember?
They're not, apparently. But, you know, we had the Burnout Paradise situation. But
I don't know what's going on with that game.
Yeah, right?
What's going on with this?
With Burnout Paradise?
Yeah, because, like, they announced, like, it leaked out. Then they confirmed it sort of for Japan, but
for Japan, oddly enough.
Yeah, are we getting it? I don't know. It might be one of those like last minute things where like, what was the rumor release date? Like February 20th or something like that, 23rd. I don't know.
Yeah.
It could be one of those just last minute things where they announce it like a week before, like, oh hey, by the way, next week Burnout Paradise HD comes out or whatever.
Yeah, dude, that would be awesome. I mean, could you imagine the presidential ads we'll get on this one?
What?
Because, like, the Obama administration had... Remember the in-game advertisements in Burnout Paradise?
Oh, they had that?
There's, like, at the billboards?
I don't remember.
Dude, I mean, it's been 10 years, so I
Yeah.
guess I can't blame you. But on the Xbox 360 versions of the game, um, Obama actually, his administration actually paid for in-game advertisements in Burnout Paradise, where he was on the billboards of the
That's
game.
weird.
Yeah. Oh, and there were all sorts of other brands too. It's not just Obama. I mean, there was like Nvidia, Burger King, amongst other things, that were on the billboards of Burnout Paradise.
Yeah.
Perhaps maybe those stopped because you paid for them, so it's actually maybe like a literal billboard.
Yeah, that time.
Yeah, I'm like imagining like the movie Three Billboards, where like she has to actually pay for all these billboards.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, I mean, kind of giving you some Burnout Paradise trivia.
Yeah. So that's kind of the hard thing when we're remastering like racing games because they have so much like advertising in them.
The licensing, yeah.
Yeah, because that was a big thing with I think it was like Crazy Taxi. That was a big thing they had to get around when they wanted to remaster that because they had so much like old advertising in it, like old songs. They had to go back and relicense if they wanted to put it in the remaster. They had to go take out all the Pizza Hut ads because Pizza Hut didn't want to pay to get them in the remaster or whatever.
Yeah.
So it is kind of a thing where like racing games specifically is just kind of hard to remaster because of all the advertising and just so much stuff you have to go back and reapprove.
Yeah,
or whatever.
it's tricky. I mean, it's like, how do you? That's why we have like no Gran Turismo remasters.
Mm-hmm. Really
Even though, in I think Sport throws back a couple like old stuff from the previous Gran Turismo games.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Or like
but,
even something too I was reading about was like weird thing is like in sports games you have to like if an athlete has like a tattoo of a very specific thing and it's not licensed, they have to actually go and edit it and then when they put their models in the game.
Yeah.
So it's just stuff like that. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's tricky. It's a tricky game to play. But yeah, I mean, Burnout Paradise, amazing game. It's approaching its 10-year anniversary. I'd love it to come back.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure all of us would.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy it day one if it comes out.
I mean, if it's like, what's your price limit on it though? Better be 20.
Well, I can't.
Yay! What are you alluding to here? How much do you think it's gonna cost?
I don't know how much it's gonna cost. I know how much it's gonna cost me. I don't know how much it's gonna cost the rest of everybody.
Oh, whatever. Fine. For the general consumer, how much is it gonna cost?
I don't know. I really wouldn't price that thing any more than $20, but that's just
right. Exactly. That's what I was just saying. I mean, you better not be any more than $20 for a 10-year-old game.
I mean, I don't want it to be the whole Marvel Ultimate Alliance thing where I was.
Oh God, dude. Yeah, dude. How about that?
Dude, I almost bought it the other day too because like it was on sale.
Oh, you're
like,
joking.
The bundle was $30 for both games.
$30?
That's $15 a game.
I guess, but
I mean, I almost. I really thought about it, but then I was like, no. No.
Weren't they cheaper than that at one point? I think it might have been.
As cheap as that I've seen.
No, dude. I think it might have been like. How much did you say there was?
It was $30 for the bundle. You get both of them. So.
No, dude. I think I might have saw it once for like $17.
For both?
Yeah, I'm not joking. Yeah, I don't remember what. It might have been during the Thanksgiving flash sale, the PlayStation Network Black Friday sale.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, I saw it. I think you might have missed it.
Or like, what was the other one they did? Oh man, they did War for Cybertron, but that was the same thing where it was like,
yeah, dude, ridiculous.
Like, that's too much. Well, now you can't get it, right? Didn't they take it down?
Oh, dang, dude.
So now it's gone. Now it's gone. You'll never play War for Cybertron now on PS4.
That sucks. What?
I know. I love War for Cybertron so much.
Yeah, dude, that's a good game. That's a good game.
Such a good game. I just didn't want to pay $40 for it on PS4.
Well, now, what's the price for it now to you if you ever play it?
Well, now I'll never get it because it was only available digitally and there was no physical copies, and now Activision lost the publishing rights to Transformers, so now it's like, oh, never getting this now.
Oh God, who has it now? EA?
I don't know. I wonder if like whoever gets the publishing rights, if they can also get the rights to the Of Cybertron series, so we can get like a real third one.
Oh,
I don't know how that works. Like you have the publishing rights, but does that also mean you get like rights to everything that previously came before it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, probably.
Or like, is that franchise still specifically owned by Activision? Because the same thing with same thing with the Marvel games, right? Like when the Marvel license went away from Activision, they still had rights to their old games, sort of. Like they still did the re-release of Deadpool. They got Marvel's Alliance right now in the store. So I don't know. It's a weird thing, rights and stuff to games.
How about they bring back the Atari PS2 Transformer game as a PS2 classic?
Yeah, that'd be really cool with trophies.
Because I love that game.
I got 100% in that game. I know I got 100% in that game back in the day. Found everything. I found every mini-con, man.
Oh god, dude! Because like I remember playing the demo of that game, and I was like, I need this game. Like I played that demo way too many times, and yeah, that game was just so good.
Yeah, that'd be good.
With trophies, but then again, Sony's been significantly slowing down on the PS2, PS4 game.
Yeah, when was the last time they put out a PS2 classic?
Yeah, I know. We were talking about that once on the show about their rate of this. Because I think we were pretty optimistic about like, oh, they're going to release one like every week.
And it's like, no.
No. Instead, you could just re-release a shovelware PC game on the PS4, I guess, right?
I just want Ultimate Spider-Man so bad.
Oh my god, please don't. Oh my god. Ultimate Spider-Man.
Oh,
yeah, I mean, I only played it on the GameCube, but yeah, God, that
it's such a good underrated game.
Yeah, oh yeah. Don't get me. Yeah, I mean, the game was a little hard.
Yeah, it has some difficulty spikes.
It had difficulty spikes, but I mean, and then back then, I mean, I was shocked that game was even made by Treyarch, which is awesome. So they have flexibility, man. Like once they get off Call of Duty one day, which I anticipate that will hopefully happen one day, because God knows what kind of Call of Duty game they're even making now. But then again, well, I mean, we kind of have an idea, right? Because they're gonna stick to old contemporary settings, I guess. So I'm anticipating. I guess that's what Treyarch's game is going to be because it's their turn, as far as I'm concerned, next year. For this year, I guess, right? Yeah. Actually, we should be getting a Call of Duty announcement relatively soon, right? Or
usually around May.
Generally, May, yeah, or April. No, or March.
I don't
know. I think Call of Duty World War II might have been one of the more early Call of Duty announcements, at least.
Well, the thing about World War II was that it was leaked
everybody
out
already knew.
Yeah, it was leaked out like very explicitly. Like it was just straight up like here it is, like all the leaks like in the marketing material and all that.
Yeah.
So the leaks should be happening soon.
Yeah, soon. Hopefully, yeah. Because at least we already have the DLC packs for World War II now. So, I mean, World War II is still proven to be successful, at least commercially.
Yeah.
So,
speaking of which, actually is a segue, because you kind of mentioned last week, and I do have more on it. The NPD Group has revealed the top-selling games of 2017.
Oh.
They do stress, though, that this does not include digital sales because, they don't keep track of that.
Bundles.
Yeah, bundles, and digital does not factor into their sales. They're strictly for physical copies. So, want me to start from 10 going up?
All right.
So number 10 was Mario Kart 8 for Nintendo Switch.
Oh, damn. It's a good game.
It's a good game, and it is a re-release game.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I love Mario Kart 8 on the Switch. It's a lot of fun playing it online. Yeah, that game's good.
Yeah, and it was actually the first game I bought on Switch.
Oh. Because it came out like release window time.
Yeah, well, it came out like a month. It was like April or something. Because that was when I bought it. That's when I bought my Switch. Was like the day Mario Kart 8 came out.
Yeah, that was the game that holds you over.
So yeah, so Mario Kart 8 was number 10. Number 9 was Super Mario Odyssey.
Wow, good.
Yeah. Number 8 was Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's still sold. It's still sold.
It did, but probably not as well as 2015.
It's still number 8. Number 7 was surprising. Number 7 was a little surprising. Number 7 was Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands.
Really?
Yeah, it was weird because, like, I don't know, like, that was a game that kind of came out early in the year.
It came and went?
Yeah, it kind of came and went. Like, it wasn't a bad game. It wasn't getting bad reviews or anything. It was just kind of like, yep, this is it. it's fine. And then,
but it dropped off significantly, as any game does. And then people found their qualms with it and just kind of bounced out of it, really.
Mm-hmm.
But
And like I said, I played the beta, got frustrated with the plane controls, and I was just like, nope.
Yeah, the vehicle controls.
Vehicle controls.
Okay, just a quick side thing. I'm not going to go into the other day I was at a bookstore, and I saw a Ghost Recon Wildlands novel, like tie-in, with the tie-in. They always like do these novels with tie-in with the game.
Yeah.
And I wonder if there is one sentence where it was like, one of the chapters were incredibly hard to control. That would be nice and meta, but I doubt the author probably played the game or something. Maybe he played like a build of the game before it came out, but who knows? Who cares? I do, I guess. But yeah, just a little side thing. There is a Ghost Recon Wildlands tie-in novel, so if you enjoy reading, which I have quite a fondness for now, leaving college, so you can read Ghost Recon Wildlands if you feel like playing it.
There you go. Yeah. They should do that thing too. Like, I think they were doing this thing for a while with some of the book tie-ins. I know, like, I think Halo did it. Where they had those like
Halo.
DLC codes on the last page of the book.
Yeah.
Where it was like, oh, you read the whole book. Here's the DLC code. You can go type in. Get you a little booster pack or a gun or something.
Yeah, there's like Mass Effect ones and all sorts.
It'd be funny if it was something funny, like a little nerdy thing, like, oh, you read a book. It puts like glasses on your character.
That I would find appropriate if it was like a South Park book
A
or
South
like
Park thing, tie-in book.
a South Park novel. Could you imagine that?
Yeah.
Or it'd just be like a kid's book where it's like has sounds inside it and it's just farts.
Oh god.
It's like it's like one of those children books, audio book, like sound books, but for adults.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
All right. What was the next best-selling game?
Yeah, number 6 was Grand Theft Auto 5.
Not surprising.
Yeah, because it's always going to sell.
Always.
Number 5 was The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild.
Oh wow.
Well, I mean, yeah, for every one Switch sold, you got to probably count one copy of Breath of the Wild.
Makes sense.
Because isn't that what Nintendo said? At least in those first like 2 or 3 months, like if you own a Switch, you own Breath of the Wild.
Basically.
Now there's a little leeway where like you could own a Switch and not have Breath of the Wild right now.
Yeah, I mean, but then my Switches have been sold.
Yeah, because now you have other options like Super Mario Odyssey, or Mario Kart 8 or something. Like you have something other than Breath of the Wild to play.
Well, and the initial launch of the Switch in the store, there was just like Breath of the Wild. You could even search it up in the store. It was just there.
Just there.
In the store. But now there's all sorts of games on the Switch. I mean, it was easy to scoff and laugh at the initial offerings of the Switch. Mm-hmm. Especially in the online store where it was just like a page. But now there's all sorts of stuff on it every week.
All sorts of things.
Yeah.
But, yeah. And
like Uno.
Like Uno. Yeah, go get it. But, yeah. And number 4 was Madden NFL 18.
Okay.
Yeah, sports games always selling. Number 3 was Destiny 2. Number 2 was NBA 2K18.
Oh, damn. NBA.
Yeah, NBA, man.
Basketball.
Number 2 game this year. And number 1 was Call of Duty World War II.
Damn. Call of Duty, the commercial champ.
As always. It's like, I don't know, man. When's going to be that next thing?
The next thing. I mean, Minecraft was kind of that next thing, I guess.
I mean, did it outsell Call of Duty in a year?
Well, it's difficult to tell because, Minecraft is primarily digital, at least the people that buy it.
Yeah.
So, that's hard.
Yes. Yeah, it's hard for them to do digital sales. And then bundle sales, too, because, like, you look at something like Destiny 2, where, like, they had a big push with the PS4 bundles with that.
Oh, yeah, that, too.
Did they do a Call? Yeah, they did a Call of Duty bundle, right? For PS4? Yeah, because there's that camo one.
I think that might have been like a PS4 Pro bundle. I don't remember. You know how it is, man. The retail stores just do bundles anyways. But then again, I'm trying to think of was there an official Call of Duty World War II bundle? It must have been, I guess.
Yeah, because there was that camo PS4. I don't think it was a Pro, though. I think it was just a regular PS4. But
it's just a regular one?
But it was painted camo, and it came with Call of Duty World War II. And then for Destiny 2, there was that Glacier White Pro. With Destiny 2. And GameStop just started selling this week. You can buy a Glacier White PS4 Pro without Destiny, like just the base system.
Okay, that would be fine with me.
And then, what was the other one they did this year? And then there was the Star Wars one. The Star Wars.
Wasn't there like a Monster Hunter one coming?
Yeah, there's a Monster Hunter one coming out at the end of the month. So yeah, getting those bundles out.
Dang, they really missed the opportunity in that bundle to include like PS2 to PS4 versions of like the Call of Duty games that were on PS2. Like, you know,
dude, you know how reluctant freaking Activision was to even give you Modern Warfare Remastered? Like, I
don't think they were that reluctant. I think they
not
were
reluctant, but they made it so hard, you know, because like, pay $80 to get this thing. We're not going to sell it separately, and then once we do sell it separately, we're going to sell it for more than it costs to buy Advanced Warfare.
Yeah, I know. No, I don't think they hesitated one bit. And then, you know, the charging again of the old DLC, $15.
Yeah.
God, dude, you know, I enjoyed playing it when it came out, you know, for the multiplayer at that time. But God, dude, they screwed it up big time. How hard was it? At least the campaign was right. They didn't screw up the campaign.
You can't change that, right?
That hard. No, you can't. I mean, other than I guess you have the campaign. Yeah, I know. EA and Activision are pretty when it comes to themselves or to us, or trying to get as much money as they can, which we can't blame them for. At the same time, it's a little unfair. Like, can you imagine at the time when we get a Dead Space remaster, how much that's going to cost?
I would buy it though.
Like, let's imagine it's $40. Just the first game. It's not even like a trilogy package. Just the first game because it's 10 years old. Soon. Would you get it?
I mean, it's EA, so...
Even... yeah, true. You'd be able to loopholes to some things, but... I don't know. If it was $40, I don't think I would get it.
Just for the first game?
Like 30? Yeah, just for the first game.
I don't know, man. Because I did actually go back and buy all three on Xbox because they were on sale. They were like $5 a piece.
Did you actually play them again on Xbox?
I started the first one. I didn't finish it.
Isn't it nice that you got Xbox now and you're playing on the Xbox One controller and there's achievements so you have like a incentive to play it again?
Yeah, it's like I'm sitting there playing Dead Space 1. And I was just like, so many memories.
Like I was thinking the other day, like if I ever buy an Xbox One X, I have incentive to like replay like Red Dead Redemption, GTA 4, like classic games, multi-platform games. You know?
I wonder if damn, they gotta. I wish they would do like, man, they need to do like Comic-Con or something. Do like that retrospective Dead Space panel because it's the 10-year anniversary this year.
Yeah, I mean, I already told you, and I was there firsthand. There was like barely any gaming stuff.
I know, but like there needs to be something. Man. It's 10 years since Dead Space 1 came out this year, man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. And I was there. I even forgot to tell you because we were talking about Dead Space last week. Like, I was there at the panel in 2012. No, 2011. No. Which year did you go to Comic-Con? I didn't go to 2011. Must have been Comic-Con 2010. So, yeah, I was at the panel of this. About all the media stuff that they're doing with the game, the book, novel, and all that. I don't know. Would they ever want to do something about that? I mean, that'd be great. I mean, it's not really up to EA to do that, I guess. I mean, you could just go to the creators, I guess, of all the properties and just come together. But then and then it would be a keep, I guess, for the Israel universe to get back together after disbanding this year, you know? Just don't have to go with ours.
That's gonna be a rather sore topic to talk about. But it's all Israel members, I guess, right? One that are not even there anymore.
I mean, it'll be.
Yeah, I mean, similar to that panel that you were talking about, right? Where they retrospective, I guess.
Do the retrospective, man. Just be like, come October, it's going to be 10 years since Dead Space 1 was released.
Yeah.
I mean, it has the fan base, me and you, we're the fan base. And
well, more than that. I mean,
I know.
And the thing was, the Dead Space, there's a lot to give credit to Dead Space for. I mean, it did a lot at that time when the survival horror genre was waning a bit, at least in the console space. So, it was a good redirection to show these game companies about how you do survival horror. So, because we had great games at least before then. But they were all last generation. Survival horror games on PS3 and Xbox 360 weren't hitting. So once that game came out, it was like, oh, we're going to show you how it's done.
Yeah.
And, took all sorts of inspiration from so many different things, and it culminated into something awesome. And got 2 other games out of it. 2 other mainline games.
And that's why I feel good, because like you said, on the PS1, like you said, the PS1 era, you had your Resident Evils 1, 2, and 3.
Yes.
And then on PS2, you had Resident Evil 4, which is just this masterpiece game. And then when we switch over to PS3,
in the beginning, it waned a bit. I mean, we had maybe 1 or 2, but it wasn't hitting. Nothing hitting.
And then Dead Space happened, and it was just like, this is how you do survival horror games. This is more in line with what we expected from Resident Evil 4, coming off of Resident Evil 4. And I was like, so we had that whole trilogy. And now on PS4, we got, we got Evil Within, and I love Evil Within.
Yeah, and then Resident Evil 7, too.
Resident Evil 7.
Even despite Dead Space, the original coming on PS3, you still had Capcom freaking goofing off with Resident Evil 5 and 6.
Yeah. So it was just, that course correction they needed. And,
it took its time, though. But
it took its time. When it finally kind of realized, let's step this back a bit and try something a little different. And then they had Resident Evil 7, and that was good. And we got Evil Within, and hopefully Evil Within will continue on, because, sales so far for Evil Within 2 sold really well on Black Friday, because they dropped the price so much.
Evil Within 2's numbers were not good initially.
It jumped up.
So were Wolfenstein's.
Yeah, and it jumped up when
when it went on sale and discounted, because everybody knew it was going to be discounted.
Yeah,
it was like a no-brainer, and then people were waiting for the holidays. A lot of things were already coming up. Xbox One X, there was a Switch to get as an option, so it's tricky.
Yeah, and it was really good. It's a really, really good game.
Yeah,
I want to see it go forward with more potential games or whatever. But
it almost makes me wonder if the Resident Evil movie franchise could also be rebooted to something akin to Resident Evil 7.
We'll see.
But I'm pretty sure people don't want that series to come back. Yeah, in the film world.
But anyway, speaking of sci-fi horror, we got news this week that Fox has started a new game division called Fox Next Games, and they've acquired a studio called Cold Iron Studios, which is made up of former Crytek developers, and they've been hired and acquired to develop a new alien shooter game.
Oh, okay.
And it says here, Fox Next Games seeks to make games as important a part as Fox's business as movies and television. It says games will be a defining entertainment medium for the century in our view. And what's it say here?
It's a very elaborate statement, a little bit.
Yeah, and then the kinds of games Cold Iron develop will enable us to deeply explore the worlds of our franchise, starting with the Alien universe. And all this and that. Now, here's the thing about this. So, they said we want to make games as important as our movie and television divisions, right?
Right.
But Disney just bought those things.
Yeah.
So, because let me just backtrack just in case if you somehow don't know what's going on. Let me just backtrack a little bit. So Disney bought 20th Century Fox, their whole movie and television divisions. So they're going to be still functioning as 20th Century Fox, but just
distribution.
As distribution, yeah, but I guess subsidiary of Disney, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Disney will be like the head thing, and they'll be this thing working. Now, for the next and now that deal hasn't fully gone through, which means for the next year or so, Fox is still operating as is, without any Disney input.
Mm-hmm.
So they're still making movies on their own and making decisions. So it's one of those things where, like, games take a while to make. So if this game starts in development, like, what happens in a year when Disney fully takes over? Like, what are they going to do with this game division? Because we saw what happened with Star Wars.
Star Wars 1313, yeah, like that.
Yeah, where Disney stepped in and was like, "Oh, LucasArts, nah, we don't need that." And
I feel like the difference with at least this though is that that had already happened afterwards. So I think at least with this, that I'm sure they're aware, and now that it's just barely beginning development, I think it should be fine.
Yeah, I mean, it has
because with 1313, now it was already underway before then. That's the problem.
Yeah, it was one of those things where when Disney bought it and they kind of came on and looked at it, I guess they didn't like it and they just said no, we don't want to put this out and whatever. But yeah, like you're saying, like Disney or whoever is going to be in charge next of all this has to they have to know that this purchase or this decision is going to last. Once decision heads change, because why are you investing in a game division when you're about to change over, right? Like, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So they have to have some kind of assurance that this will last when Disney fully takes over. Because I would like to see this game, a new Alien game, and kind of just see what they do with it. Because it's just
of a different genre. Because we had the one from, say, Alien Isolation, which has its fans.
That's
for
fans.
Sure. Yeah, it does.
I didn't care for it too much, but
but story-wise, it seemed really interesting. Still never got around to that one, but
yeah, it's just one of those things where, like, Alien just seems like it would work so well as a video game franchise, but it just hasn't done that.
Yeah, I remember how all the VR stuff, the hypothetical VR situation, like that would never happen.
Yeah,
with Alien. Like if Alien Isolation was fully updated with VR.
Mm-hmm.
But that developer seems to be done with the Alien franchise. I mean, what was last year? They were working on Halo Wars 2.
Yeah.
So they work on a whole they work on a lot of different games. But what doesn't seem it does seem interesting. I think this will hold on through. Yeah, this game division thing is a little funny. But I kind of always thought that 20th Century Fox had already a game division already.
I mean, it's one of those things where, like,
I remember the Simpsons game, but that was like with EA.
Yeah, but like the weird thing is, like, when you play games, like even when you play Alien Isolation, the Fox logo does start. Like when you put the game in, it has the 20th Century Fox logo, followed by Sega, followed by the developer, and then the game. So it's just one of those things where, like, now it just seems like they want to kind of maybe do their own publishing because it is Fox Next Games, because I've never seen that before on a game, so this might be their first, like, kind of like, we want to do this ourselves, because there's no mention of, like, oh, this is in development with Sega or whatever, which the last couple of Alien games were. Alien Isolation was through Sega. Was Alien vs. Predator through Sega, or was that through Atari?
Alien vs. Predator?
Yeah, that last one they did on PS3.
Oh gosh, that one?
Yeah.
I thought you meant... I was almost thinking...
Yeah, the other one, the Gearbox one, Colonial Marines was through Sega. And I guess Alien vs. Predator through Sega. Or it might have been Atari. I don't know.
Yeah, it must have... Alien vs. Predator...
For some reason, I'm thinking it might have been published by Atari, but it probably was Sega. I don't know why I'm thinking Atari.
I don't know.
But I don't know. There's no mention of Sega in this thing, and it just says Fox Next Games or whatever. So it's just kind of making me think that they want to, do this themselves with their own properties going forward.
Yeah, that is interesting. This whole thing is interesting. I'm interested of when this game would come out, and have Xbox One X enhancements and all that. I'm pretty sure this game is going to be of this generation, I'd hope.
I mean, we'll see how long it takes for this game to make, because it's one of the things they're just kind of now announcing it, so we don't know how any development.
Obviously, nothing at E3 for it.
Yeah.
And then, it's taking us to different places, and, I talk to you about, like, what is it going to take from the Alien franchise, anything from Blomkamp's scrapped movie or anything like that, or if the movies that Scott is proposing to Fox, if those are even going to happen. Because I'm still like back and forth if another Alien movie is even going to happen, or if it's even going to be called Alien, right? Because we want to focus more on David. So it's weird. I don't know. Just the Alien franchise in general is just such a weird position,
Yeah.
Because we had Covenant last year, where it's had its fans and it's had its naysayers, and it's in a weird state. The movie didn't make that much money, so it's like, where's the film franchise go, and then where's the game go?
Yeah,
and it's weird.
Yeah,
it's really weird.
I don't know. We're gonna see. I mean, obviously they still want to keep the franchise alive in some way. Doing this video game or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm a supporter for it. I mean, I wasn't the biggest fan of Covenant, but at the same time, I still want things to keep going. See where they go with both the games and the movies. Keep them separated, keep them different. That'd be fine.
That'd be fine.
If it's VR, that'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Anything in VR. Still keep thinking about that sports bar game.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It was on sale the other day, but didn't get it.
It's gonna happen. But
we'll play it someday.
But yeah, we're at the 1 hour 1 minute mark, 2 minute mark. Did you have some questions this week? I don't think I asked you.
Yeah, I think they're pretty quick.
Pretty quick. Okay, let's see.
I guess so, because it's a quick explanation. We have one from Nikolai, who criticizes us on one thing.
Oh, criticism.
It's also that you guys are back! Exclamation point.
Woo.
I have one question. Why are you guys putting down? Oh, I guess I'm understanding what this guy's putting down Naughty Dog. Pretty bad pun there, guy. So much on how The Last of Us 2 is marketed. Isn't it supposed to build up hype for it?
Well,
I guess.
I mean, well, what we're criticizing is just playing up the mystery aspect. And I mean, you can get hype through mystery, obviously. We've seen it many a times in movies and games and stuff. But we just feel that for Last of Us, it's not about...
That's not what the original one was even.
Yeah, it's not about mystery.
It was not even... Even when the original one was being marketed, it wasn't even about that.
Yeah.
It was about the relationship between Joel and Ellie. Now, I get it. I get that the second game has a different theme. But the aspect of playing with your expectations isn't what Last of Us is.
Yeah.
And I really think that. I mean, we're not the only two that think that. There are plenty of other people that think that Last of Us 2 is being completely... the way it's marketed is completely, wrong. For among other reasons, but I mean, I don't think that hyperbolically about that, but I just think in terms of the way it's being marketed as of right now, it's a little misguided. It really shouldn't. It really shouldn't be the way it is. I get the enthusiasm for the characters and all that, but I think Neil and the other writer need to take a step back on that and actually just stop doing that and just...
Because it's just one of those things where, like you were saying, like the whole mystery, like, who's this character? It's like one of those things where, like, we don't know who this character is, and we have no clue who this character is. We're never...
What basis? What basis?
Like, yeah, because we can't guess it. We don't know. There isn't this weird big lore to draw from to be like, who is this character? Because we compare it to something like Star Wars, where there can be a mystery to a character. Like when they announce a new character for Star Wars, like they'll show an image and like no name or nothing. Like there is speculation because we can say, oh, how does he connect to the lore of this? Is he related to this character, or does he have association with Jedi? Does he have association with Sith? Where for Last of Us there isn't that lore where we can't say, oh, is this guy like Joel's brother or something, or is this like Ellie's aunt or something. Like,
Oh my god.
what's going on here?
Yeah, and I noted too, the co-writer for this is like of Westworld, and Westworld was built on mystery. At least the first season was built on a lot of revelation, mystery, and all that. The first season of Westworld at least played that up a lot. So you see that influence clearly here somewhat. Granted, they're two completely different franchises, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, that mystery factor, I'm not digging it. Like, I really don't want that to be marketed in Last of Us 2, really at all. So,
Yeah.
push comes to shove when the last things I want to see of Last of Us 2 when E3 happens. I don't really want that mystery again when the gameplay demo comes. Which, I hope that comes by then, because like after that, that's all I'm going to see of it. So, yeah. So, yeah. Kind of explain. Basically, retelling the same things as last week, but it's not all bad.
It's not all bad.
Seeing the cutscene in motion was incredible. The game looks phenomenal, even better than Uncharted 4, which is hard to even imagine, but it does. And then seeing the art is cool and all that, and seeing the behind the scenes pictures and all that is cute, but at the same time, it's
yeah. Hopefully we answer that question.
Yes. Next one comes from JT, not Justin Timberlake. A question that I asked you like months ago, or a couple months ago, I think. Which South Park game was better, Stick of Truth or Fractured Butthole?
Yeah.
Yeah, you answered this one to me personally about.
Yeah, I was trying to think. Wait, did I say this already on the show? No.
I think I asked it when you said you platinumed both, I guess, and I was like, oh, which one was better?
Yeah. So here's the thing with the two South Park games. So I did finish Fractured Butthole. Like I finished it, the whole main story. I didn't get the platinum yet. I'll go back and do some things to get the platinum, but I haven't done that. But I did complete the main story campaign and all that. So it's kind of weird. They're two really good games, and it kind of just depends on what you want, because it's one of those things where, like, Stick of Truth had the better story, and just Stick of Truth to me was a funnier game.
And then it has that novelty of being, like, the first full-on South Park game to, like, look like the show and be an RPG.
Yeah, and be an RPG. So it's one of those things where, like, when you play the first South Park game, there's a lot of, like, stuff that's really shocking. Where you're just like, oh shit, like just really out there stuff that's presented to you and stuff you have to do in the game. And I think a lot of that was because it was the writer's first game, and it was just like, oh, this game is going to be M-rated, so we can kind of do what we want. We don't have to worry too much about censorship and all that, so we can drop F words, we can do this and that. We don't have to worry about that because it's going to be M-rated. So it's one of the things where they did all kind of ridiculous stuff. So I feel like the first game, they were focused so much more on the story and the humor and less about the gameplay. So with the second game, they did the opposite, where it's like, okay, we got all that out of our system, so let's focus on making the gameplay better, but the story itself isn't as funny or as good as the first, because there's not really a lot of shocking moments really in the second one compared to the first one. There's still a few out there moments where you're just like, oh crap, like that's just really, really nasty, or not as much as the first game. So it's just one of those things where the second game is better from a gameplay perspective because it's just more deeper, the combat and some of the other things. But I feel the first game had a stronger story.
Yeah.
But the gameplay was a little simpler because it was just straight up turn-based, where the second game has more movement. So I don't know. It's just kind of like, what's your preference? Do you want something that's more, something funny, like just really funny and out there, but you're not too worried about gameplay than the first one? But if you want something where it was just like, oh, I want something deeper gameplay-wise, gameplay mechanics, then the second one's better. It's kind of which is what you want, between the two.
Yeah, it's just a different... It's all preference.
Yeah. And there's supposed to be some story DLC coming out for Fractured Butthole.
Yeah, because there was story DLC that was planned for Stick of Truth, but it just never came.
Well, it was really weird, because, I think we kind of talked about it, because, with the first game... Yeah, when Stick of Truth was first announced, when it was a THQ game, they had plans for DLC, and they talked about it. They said, exclusively on Xbox, there was going to be a Mysterion DLC pack, and they had, one or two story things planned. But when the game got delayed a year because the THQ shut down and Ubisoft took over, I guess all the DLC plans kind of got put into the main game, and then the Mysterion stuff got saved because that ended up being a big part of the second game. So none of that Mysterion stuff happened in the first game. So the first game really didn't.
So it kind of all just melded into the games.
Into the game, and there was no DLC for the first game. Like there was no DLC or anything for the first game. And now with the second game, they did the whole, season pass thing, and they've already put out 2 pieces of DLC so far. They did one was like just a regular costume pack, and one was a challenge room pack.
Oh.
So there's a challenge room pack where you just keep playing like against waves of enemies, which is funny because like I expected to be in this game because there is a room you can go into in the main game right now, and it looks like a challenge room. They have like the squares on the wall, like you look like, oh, there's gonna be some simulation challenge room, right? And I kept looking for the button, like how do I start this? How do I start the challenge room? And then I was like, I couldn't find the button, so I'm like, whatever. I left and kept going on through the game, and then they just announced a couple weeks back that it is there now as DLC. That you gotta pay for to get that challenge room to work.
Damn.
So it's just kind of teasing you in the game. Where like, oh, look, this challenge room. You can't turn it on yet till you buy the DLC. And then there's that, and then there's the bus stop. The bus stop straight up says DLC on it. Like it's the abbreviation because it's something about like down local something like whatever, and the initials are DLC.
Uh-huh.
So it's one of those things. Presumably, once the story DLC comes out, that's how you access it by going to the bus stop and then going wherever.
Oh, that's really cool.
Because that's what they said. They do have one story pack planned. They said it should be out for the next couple of months, where it does add new story missions or whatever. So we'll see. I might pick it up because I don't have the season pass.
Oh.
So I didn't buy the challenge room, but I might buy the story DLC depending on how much it is when it comes out.
Someday you will.
Someday. So we'll see.
Well, that was a good answer to JT's question. I think he will very much appreciate it.
I hope he does.
Trying to think of anything else. I think that's about it.
Think about it. Yeah. But that's good. We don't have to go way over time. It's just last week was our first show in a while, so it's one of those things where we kind of want to cover all of our ground.
No, I feel like I've gotten everything out of my human system.
Your system, you're good for the week.
Mostly, yeah.
Mostly. But, yeah, so I guess we can start wrapping this up. So with that, this has been the PSBS, PlayStation Podcast, episode 97. I'm your host, Coach CPS, and by Boys Coach here is...
Andrew Reynes Double is. Everybody have a fantastic week. Play some games if you're snowed in or have the flu.
Like Uno?
Play Uno, yeah, play Uno.
Try
not to contract the flu, and then
avoid the flu. Stay home and play Uno. It all works.
Don't make eye contact with anybody.
The news was contact?
the news was saying now you could get it through the air, so it's like last of a shit. So now you gotta
put the gas mask every time.
You gotta put the gas mask on. And then look both ways before you cross the street.
Mm-hmm.
And not to be gross or anything, but like clean your ears. I had to go to the doctor the other day about ear stuff, so clean them.
There you go.
It's really important because I had like one night it was just hurting so bad I had to go.
Oh boy.
Yeah, and it was not pleasant, but I feel so much better now.
Yeah, there you go. There's your PSA for the week.
Definitely do that.
But anyway, so thanks for listening, and hopefully we'll see you guys next week.